Porcupine Tree fans.
This is not
gonna hate us.
They're not. This is not an episode for fans of this band. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my Wearing Our Merch co-host, Alexander Volts. Say hello.
Hello. I feel like I've aged 100 years.
You have. You have,
Yeah.
and I have, and we have. This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a new discography per episode. And today, we'll be discussing every album by
Porcupine Tree.
Hey, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Our buddy Matt, not our buddy Matt, not Berlinski, who was on our Danzig and Slade episodes.
He would never do this to us.
Probably not. This is a Patreon requested episode by Matt. Thank you so much for supporting us and allowing us to do what we do, even if you did this to us. By the way, we don't hate you. I don't hate you, at least. But my God,
I knew what I was getting into. I didn't, dude. I didn't. I just wasn't expecting it to destroy me like this,
dude. This is not only like, it's not just him. People wanted this episode. This is like,
yeah. This
is a beloved band, and I'm sorry, folks. You might want to leave now.
Watch out, Cocktail Twins. Cockatoo. Watch out, Cocktail Twin fans. Porcupine Tree fans.
This is not
gonna hate us.
They're not. This is not an episode for fans of this band. And I listen. I went in as open-minded as I could. I came out as open-minded as I believe I am. I like stuff here. I like a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here. So therefore,
too much stuff here.
There was a lot of stuff I don't like. There's so much I don't like. I hate this band. But
I hate this band. I can't. It's always why I say I like prog rock, but with an asterisk by it. This is the side of prog rock I fucking hate.
This is the side of prog rock that I never touched because I never considered it. And like in my weird hypocritical brain, it's not like, it doesn't even consider it prog rock, because when I think prog rock, I think of really complex, strong song structures and a lot of wackadoo stuff. There's wackadoo stuff here, and it's not simple. There's complex stuff here, but it's way more long and dramatic than it is, I feel like, complex music writing.
This is, they're up there with Dream Theater for me, and why I was like so hesitant to get into Rush. And even then,
still not into Rush, by the way.
There's, I guess, maybe one day that'll be a thing we talk about.
For sure.
Rush, I have more complicated feelings, but this is just like, I can't believe, one, it only appeals to people who play instruments.
I don't know if that's true, because they're wildly popular. They're like very popular.
There's a lot of people who play instruments.
You're right. I play instruments. I don't like them.
If there are women who like this group, it's only because their boyfriend likes it. Like,
I want someone to disagree with them. I want someone to prove me wrong. Please,
kids.
prove them wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Let them have it in the comments, please.
Yes, and I say that as someone who likes a lot of like male-centric music.
Love a good dick.
Yes. And then my third gripe with this type of music is I can't believe there are people who play instruments, purists, who will shit on pop artists for being overproduced.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds too clean.
Yeah.
This is the squeakiest clean.
Very squeaky clean. At a certain point, it becomes that. Before that, it's not.
Yeah. It's just like, it's too sterile for me. It's like robots made it.
A lot of it is like that, but the only thing that was consistent, like I said, but that starts at a certain album. I think before that, it's very all over the place. But at a certain album, it becomes that very, very, very clean thing. But the only thing consistent throughout the rest of the discography that gave me that feeling were the vocals, specifically the vocal harmonies. I hate them. They remind me of like that Christmas Moody Blues album. They remind me of Christian rock, where it's almost like Crosby, Stills, Nash type of vocal harmonies, but even more, more than that.
Because like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, not my favorite, but they have some good songs.
Yeah, for sure.
That feels like people writing music. Like there's imperfections.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And this is just like, hey, Alexa, do your best Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and it's just too fucking clean. It's too clean.
That's the thing. It's like it's a weird complaint because I like clean, but I also like really, really, really not clean.
Yeah, let me clarify. Like, I have no problem with like clean singing where you can understand.
No, I know. I know. I mean the presentation, the style, the actual production itself. It does get it is a little AIE, you know. It is but that's ultimately not my main problem with it. It's like it's fucking clean and it is a little not my brand. It's
also
beginning to end the writing.
Also, oh man, some of these lyrics.
I don't give a fuck with lyrics. I mean, like the songwriting, the actual music. It's not that it's regular predictable, because predictable is like, oh, these are 4 chords. I can predict everything that's going to happen after this. This is, oh, I've heard this type of thing, and the whole album is going to be moody, just like this song, and it usually is.
This is just 4 or 5 guys, or however.
It's mostly the main guy, Steve Wilson.
It's a Steve Wilson jerking off for an hour. 2 hours and recording it into a microphone, and then people are going to be like, oh, but you like the Mars Volta. Well, fuck you.
I don't like the Mars Volta, so I can agree with that and still be consistent. But also
like Omar records his solo albums where that's just like very much is like just regurgitating what comes out of his fingertips and on his guitar, and you don't have to listen to them. He doesn't do that on the Mars Volta records, and
I think there's an argument that he does, because I'm not a huge Mars Volta guy, and there's a lot of problems with those albums. Yeah. And the thing is, the same way fans of this band will completely disregard our criticisms of this.
Dude, I don't like. Yeah, when I got into drums, I just also jazz fusion shit. Can this go get fucked? Like. It's one of the worst genres ever. And
wait, what about fused with something else though? Fused with something good.
Well, I think like fusion is this like its own.
Oh, you mean that? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like
this isn't that. This is way.
No, there's like jazz fusion shit. There's in stuff. Here.
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't just tackle one thing. Like I don't want to give people the impression that this band is the same from album 1 to album 11.
Oh no,
like
no,
they go through wild changes, like unrecognizable changes, except for the guy's voice and the soloing. Basically, he always has this very blowhardy style. I think it's fine. I don't hate the style at all, but it is very heavy-handed. Pardon the pun, I guess, because a lot of soloing, and a lot of these 15-20 minute songs end up being so much of just soloing over ambience and like this kind of forgettable jazz line or edgy acoustic melody. But there is still.
I'm tired already.
Oh, we haven't even started, baby. We got so much to cover. I mean, so my favorite part about this point in the episode is that anybody who doesn't like this band is already super on board. They have to be super duper on board with what we're talking about.
We're gonna when I got into drumming, drummers love this type of shit. They fucking love this type of music. They love like the Dream Theater shit. And like, yeah, we're gonna get it. Like,
yeah,
they're the most like uber serious, like, oh, the fucking music is this and it's not that, and it's just the fucking worst. So
anybody super opinionated with music can go blow themselves, and people might think we're super opinionated. We're actually not. We just has how we feel when we heard the thing. We're just saying it on camera. That doesn't mean you're super opinionated.
Also, yeah, if you want to talk shit about my favorite bands, go right ahead.
We have so much evidence. We listen to dumb fucking music, dude. Go ahead.
Yes.
But this is also my brand of the worst music ever. Like parts of this, I think, is like the worst thing ever. Parts of it, like I can imagine myself going back to, and I actually enjoyed. And certain stuff, like I didn't expect her to hit as hard. And like, man, that's actually really fucking creative. But other parts, like, who the fuck did this? Why does this exist? This is insane.
Also, it's too damn. I don't think anyone, the rate at which these albums came out is like, I don't think anyone's that creative, even if it was like a style of music I like. I don't think it's like a self-sustaining.
I don't know, man. ELO did it for a long fucking time.
They fell off though.
They did fall off, but look at how long before they did. Fugazi. Yeah.
They were dropping every year.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there is examples of this is because I don't know exactly because I've never spoken to a fan of these guys. I don't know exactly how they feel about all these albums individually. I imagine some of the more egregious albums are like, okay, well, I'm not going to get behind that one. But then again, I don't know.
No, I think these people are like Fish fans. I think they love.
Or Grateful Dead fans.
Or yeah, I think
come at us, dude. They fucking suck. Sorry.
I think they love everything, start to finish. Future.
I hope not. I hope not for the sake of our society, as a whole. And for my safety as a human being, because don't fucking shoot me for not liking these music.
It was funny. I would see like their album covers, 2 albums specifically, and like, oh, this must be cool. And then I checked it out. I was like, this is not fucking cool.
Dude, you mean Fish or Porcupine Tree?
Porcupine Tree.
I think they have some of the best album covers I think I've seen in a while. Like, I love their album covers. I think they're super inventive. And I usually I'm usually less enthusiastic about photography based or like collage based covers. I'm a big into actual art, illustrations, art, or that kind of art anyway, paintings and whatnot. But these are interesting photos, or interesting.
Also, you left out random cramps album covers.
Listen, man, it's that slapsticky B fucking stripper stuff. It's neat. I'm not a pervert. Fuck you guys. But this is going to be a big ass episode. So let's go a brief history of old Steven Wilson.
Formed 1987. That's as old as I am. Inspired by psychedelic and prog rock bands of like the 60s, 70s. Steve Wilson kind of started this as a joke with his friend, who I wrote down as friend later. And anyways, it was like kind of like a Metalocalypse, Death Clock thing where they just wrote this like fictional band in this fictional history.
I did not know that.
To kind of like entertain themselves. And then he would record like a demo called Tarquin Sea Farm, which is like the first type of music, or Porcupine Tree music. A lot of these songs would appear on the first album, which is why we're not talking about it. Also, I'm fucking exhausted.
There's a lot of albums.
And then, so Steve Wilson was in another band called No Man. And then, so that was like his priority. And this was more of like a jokey side project thing. But it caught the ear of rock writer Richard Allen. And that led to Porcupine Tree getting signed to a label called Delirium. And that leads us into
the actual discography.
Yes.
So before we start, they announced a new album that's going to be coming out 2022. Obviously, that is not at the moment of this recording, but this was requested ahead of time. Matt did send a message like, shit. Like they did. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We'll do loose ends on it when it comes out, whether we like it or not. And
see, motherfuckers. Hold on. I'd have to. I have to look when we would into the future. Because I think it comes out June.
Is it June?
26th. So see you motherfuckers.
June 24th. Yeah. 2022.
See you motherfuckers June 28th.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll be doing it pretty much immediately. I have to set a reminder.
Yeah.
But in their continuing career, they have, we're covering 10 albums in one EP. There's, I think, 7 EPs total, but only one of them has completely original songs, which is why we're covering that one. First album came out in 1992. Last one, as of now, 2009. So, are we ready?
Yes.
Hell yes. So this is 1992's On the Sunday of Life.
Also, if this is a boring...
Skip the first track.
Okay. Yeah, I fucking meant to...
Timestamp it. Here we go. So that right there, my friend, is what you call a drum machine.
Sounds real awful.
Sure does. The whole album. In fact, this song I think is pretty bad. Lower one little.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe there we go. Fuck.
So out the gate, he's on this album only, and on this song you hear it, his vocals are pitch shifted, just like Ween. If Ween didn't have any talent.
Yes, this is the like trying to channel that like 60s psychedelia, but it sounds like bad crowd rock. Too.
Actually, I didn't even think of that. It does sound like bad crowd rock. It's also extremely amateurish. It sounds like, oh, this was clearly recorded in his bedroom.
Yes,
like, I mean,
yes.
Plenty of good things are, but you don't want to tell. You don't want to be able to tell that.
Yes. I feel like the actual like idea of the song isn't bad. It's just the way it's executed and the way it fucking sounds.
Yeah, it sounds.
Because arguably, this is a fucking Tame Impala song. Like,
interesting.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought you were all the way down.
So I hate this album. I fucking hate this album.
I hate most of these albums.
I truly hate this album, and I can't give it worst or least favorite.
Yeah,
that's a little bit of a heads up, because this was such a strange introduction, because no other album sounds like this. Not even a little bit.
Not even the next one. Yeah.
Not even the next one. And it's so long, and it's such the worst introduction for a band. I'm exercising listening to this. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? I have 10 more albums after this. What the fuck am I going to do? And so I'm grasping at straws. Like, what do I like here? And I don't know if I listened to this 2 or 3 times. I think 2.
It's too many.
I know, because some of them I went back to multiple so I can kind of understand. There is stuff I actually enjoy here. It's just so sparse, and it's such a long album. By the way, every album is super long.
I think the shortest album's like 50 minutes.
Shortest one's like 40 minutes. It's the next album.
Okay.
But after that, it was 50, and then everything else is like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But there's so much on here that to find the good, you really have to either really pay attention or skip around, because holy God, dude. I think the best song is Nine Cats.
I didn't like that one.
And here's the thing. The intro, I think, is like, oh, fuck yeah, finally something I can get behind, something kind of well written. And then all the instruments come in, and it's just worse.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard I can't give you a specific example of a band where they sound worse with more instruments coming in. Like, this album is not the whole discography. This album, as soon as more instruments come in, it ruins the song. Every song.
Also, because it's all the lyrics are really fucking like.
Oh, you mean Space Transmission? That fucking abomination.
I was gonna say Nine Cats though.
I wasn't paying attention.
I wonder if they wanted to call it like. Talk about like, oh well, 9 Cats is like 81 lives, so like these are the conversations I'm sure they have.
Maybe
he has with himself.
Yeah, this is him by himself, I'm assuming.
I think my favorite, which is a stretch, Radioactive Toy.
I knew you were gonna say that. I hate it. It's better than a lot of the songs, but I think it's poorly written, and it's so goddamn long. 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes for no reason.
I'm going real loose with this description. It's kind of like if King Crimson dabbled in trip hop a little bit.
I don't know. I haven't listened enough of either.
Yeah.
Although I do. Well, the bits, I like of King Crimson is definitely not that.
Apparently his other band, No Man, does like trip hop stuff. And I was like, do I want to check that out?
You don't.
No, probably not.
The thing is, so even this early, there's a lot of electronic elements, and that's something that he does a lot throughout the discography. But
which also, a little bit of a spoiler alert, he does not get good with electronics until like the
last album?
the later, yes.
I disagree because I still agree that it's really good at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, this is fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
I still like a lot of electronic stuff. I think it's goofy, but I enjoy it.
It took me a while to get on board with the electronic stuff.
It's dated even for this year's standards, or like, mid 90s standards.
Most dated song on the album, It Will Rain for whatever. What's that last track?
Oh, It Will Rain for a Million Years. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
I fucking hate it.
It's extremely long.
It's very new agey. Well, no, not the song before is new agey.
I like that one. The Long Silence, or this Long Silence.
Sorry, I got my notes. And the Shallows. When is that?
And The Shallows Dance Above the Sun.
Yeah, that one is very like new age.
It is, but I think it's one of the better ones there, relatively. But
It Will Rain. Jesus Christ! You know when you're watching like Lethal Weapon and it's like like in like a sincere part of the movie, like shit has just like hit the fan and they hit like that's what that's.
It's funny how I only know exactly what you're talking about because of the parody from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
I don't mind it so much. It's obviously way too long. A lot of things here are way too long.
Some Native American stuff thrown in.
Yeah, there's a lot of tribal drums to it. I didn't mind it so much, but again, grasping at straws by the end of the album. The number one egregious ruining of everything element is 100% the drums. Mm-hmm. It's a drum machine, but it's not even attempted to be mixed in a way that's not just a fucking loud ass drum machine, right? Like every song, it ruins every song.
The funniest / worst song on here,
I say it,
is Lytton Samuel
Dawson. I don't even understand. It's got to be a joke. It has to be a joke.
I mean, yeah, because these are like the songs he did.
Right. That's right.
It sounds like Tim and Eric doing a Rush song.
What it is just shitty Ween, because Ween did a lot of that stuff with the sped up vocals and drum machines and kind of like and it's silly songs, but they're great songwriters. Like they're also really funny guys.
Well, Ween kind of is like the Tim and Eric of music.
They are sometimes, and then they also like put out a sincere album and it's just brilliant. We'll cover Ween soon, don't worry. But that is just like bad Ween, and bad Ween is like really, really bad. It's just really fucking bad. Holy shit! And that was like the final straw for me. That song, I was like, I can't fucking take this. Like, oh my God.
I was not totally like turned off by. I mean, I'm like, that's not good, but it didn't drive me crazy.
It drove me crazy because the things I ended up liking the most are the atmospheric stuff, which is not a thing I usually like in music. I usually like writing and the song and the composition. So when I'm like, oh, it has a good vibe to it, but I hate the music, that's not a good sign. Mm-hmm. So like the title track, I thought it was actually quite beautiful. It felt like a film score. It has that atmosphere to it. But I mean, that's not really a song. It's not exactly a song. It's like this weird clarinet thing, and then it has a drum solo at the end. It's not really, you know.
It's so weird too that I would not like listen to this and like, oh, like this is psychedelic. I can like hear the influence, but also I don't know. Once you've gone like Hawkwind, there's just this pussy shit. Like,
well, this I don't even feel is fair to compare it to anything like legitimate, because it's extremely, this album specifically, the first 4 albums or whatever, they're extremely ambitious, but without the experience to back it up, without the songwriting chops to back it up. He's clearly a great player. He's already a good guitar player at this point, but it's underdeveloped. It's amateurs. It's got big dreams, baby, but it's fucking going nowhere. At least this album, because holy shit, clearly there was he reoriented after this one to something a little different.
Yes, to like maybe real music. Well, I hesitate to even call it that.
I would call it real music. I call this just a dude in his garage just fucking around. Like that's what it feels like more than anything. Sorry, we hate it, but whatever. I can't imagine this is that fucking loved by fans. It's not even the band. It's not even what he does. Like the sped up vocals alone, it's like, it's a thing he would never do again. But we got plenty more. So let's move on. This is, if you're ready, 1993's Up the Downstair.
I think this one takes a little bit to get going.
I didn't turn on the volume, but either way, that worked out perfectly.
And this is still just Steve Wilson, whatever you want to call him.
This album, at least for streaming, is one of the most frustrating things, track listing wise, because several songs are just crammed into one track, but inconsistently. Like the first track has like 4 songs on it, and the title track is by itself, and then the third track has like 2 songs or 2 or 3 songs. It's like it's just really like. So if you like one song and don't like the other one, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way they were released.
Are musicians performing psychedelic music under the influence.
There's that word again, but not really.
It's psychedelic, but it's not. I like this song.
I will say this works better for me.
And this is a good song.
Not by much, but it works better for me.
I wasn't like invigorated after the last time. I was like, okay, all right. It's not that shit anymore, at least. Jesus.
It's just too fucking clean. Like, just everything is locked in perfectly.
I don't mind that. I don't think it sounds tacky here.
Yeah.
Because, like, you hear that little thing in the background, that little synth in the background?
Yeah.
That's unusual, and that keeps me going. Stuff like that keeps me going. These vocals don't.
Exactly.
But little things in the production, little embellishments, little things in the background.
Imagine if that synth wasn't there.
I would hate this song.
Yeah.
It's still not that bad, though. How long is this track, by the way? I know it's multiple songs, but...
We're going, like, 13 minutes here.
That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. All right, we got to cover a lot, so let's cut it a little short. I liked it a lot more than the last one, but again, not by that much.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of roughness here. And even like that whole first track with, it has like Synesthesia on there and Always Never. There's songs within the song. Like Always Never, I actually liked it. I was like, I'm not angry at this band anymore. Like I could see something happening where I like some stuff here.
Yeah.
Whereas the first album, I had no hope at all.
I guess I knew what they were going to become, so I was just like...
just waiting for it.
Yeah. That title track, though.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like all filler.
It's really, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it so much.
I just like, I'm listening to it and I'm waiting for something to happen. And I'm like, oh, it's over. Okay.
It's different. It's real. It's dancey. It's industrial. It's goofy. Like there's a lot of goofy ass hard rock that come in, hard rock guitars that come in. Very strange. And it's a lot of jammy, a lot of psychedelia stuff, but it's okay. I didn't mind it so much. Also, I believe the version we heard is the remix version.
Okay.
Which Steve went back, remixed it with a live drummer.
Okay.
So I think
that's better.
The original version had shitty ass drum machine like the first album, I imagine. I am not curious enough to go back and listen to it because I barely like the good version.
Yes.
I don't think I can have it within myself to go back.
I certainly don't. There's things like Siren, like
there's a lot of in between ambient bullshit.
Yeah,
it's all filler.
I think my favorite song is Burning Sky.
Really?
And it was kind of similar to It Will Rain, but it was like way more rocking. But
it's real. Yeah, it's a lot more jammy.
Yeah, there was too much like fusion jazz.
It's 11 minutes too.
Bullshit. Also, I think that's the first time they kind of venture into like heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up.
You got a timestamp?
I do.
Right on.
Because you got to for this band.
I know.
There's no way. It's still cheesy.
It is extremely cheesy, and that's the thing I want to talk about a lot as soon as we're done with this clip. Shoot, like that riff is a heavy, menacing metal riff.
But it sounds like circus music.
It doesn't feel heavy at all. So, this is a thing that the first half, if not more, of the discography has the most flimsy bitch guitar tone I've ever heard. And
That's a great way to put it.
it is it's abundant. And at first I thought like, it's probably just the budget. Like maybe
No,
he didn't.
That's a choice.
It went on for so long through so many albums. Like, oh, he likes this guitar tone.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I get it for the solos. It's a fine tone for solos because it's got to cut through. It's got to like pop out more. But there's also no bottom to it. Mm-hmm. So when it's just you're trying to get a big heavy riff like that, it feels like it's just fucking. It's just tired and sad. So every time it went heavy, I was just disappointed more. Like I should be fucking amped for this, but I feel none of it. Like for such a clean, squeaky clean production, you'd think there would be a lot more, power.
No, because it all goes back to the shitty like jazz fusion mentality of that like squeaky clean production, and we're virtuosos, and it needs to be like presented in this like bullshit shitty form of jazz that
Alex is just airing all of his grievances.
Well, I've talked about it a little bit in previous episodes, how like when I would watch like drumming videos, it's just like, oh, I'm going to show you these sick licks, and it's always like over it's always like over these it's always over music like this.
Yeah
Always. It's the worst.
It's not great.
It's the fucking worst. Like people think like Kenny G is a front to jazz music. No.
I mean, he is, but he's not that. This also isn't.
I guess that's true. One pile of shit doesn't make a different pile of shit.
Not a pile of shit.
Yeah.
They're all piles of shit. Holy shit. We're going to get stabbed for this episode. I think my favorite track is...
these fans aren't about that life.
Maybe not. Small Fish.
I'm gonna write modern drummer in Guitar World magazine and tell on you.
You got it, buddy. I'm not a drummer, but I'm a guitar player, and I can probably kick your ass with that.
Mike Mansour will never be in Guitar World magazine.
Thank Christ. I mean, not thank Christ. I would like money, but
is that like the most popular?
I have no idea. I've never read guitar. I haven't read Guitar World since I was like 8 years old.
Oh, I don't know what the most popular guitar.
I don't know what magazines are anymore. Do people read magazines? Holy shit!
Well, to me, like Modern Drummer was like that was like
right
the go-to.
No idea. I've never been much of a magazine man. More of a pornography man myself. Small Fish. I think I like that one the most.
Do you?
It's very acoustic. It is basically all acoustic. Super mellow. It's quite nice. I actually like it a lot. But it's also on the exact same track as Not Beautiful Anymore, which I hate. So I have to listen to this shitty ass long song to get to a song that I kind of like. Like,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So ultimately, this is not a great album. I don't like it. I think a hell of a lot better than the first, but it just goes to show how much I hate the first album. Like, I don't like this, but I would, in a million years, pick this to listen to over the first one any day.
It's funny how much like garbage there is. And it's like, oh man, I like not lacking any options on picking a worst here. I got plenty of options.
It was a little it was tough. I was like, which one do I hate more? What is the objective worst? What is,
at least for me, Simon and Garfunkel only had like 4 albums.
They did. I liked a lot of them. So
this is like,
take your pick.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we got plenty more. So
many more. Oh, my voice cracked. So many more.
Here we go. You ready?
It's the first track.
It's a lengthy. I mean, I don't have a timestamp, but it's like 18 minutes.
I'll fast forward it a little.
You know what? Fast forward it 2 minutes. If my memory serves.
Yes, that is.
So here we go. This is 1995's "The Sky Moves Sideways."
I kind of like this like Bill and Ted album cover.
Oh yeah. This is I mean, I like the last album cover, even though it's a little bit hard to make out. Mm-hmm. This is like this is straight up 70s prog rock influence.
Yes.
Not just musically, I mean the cover.
This is the first time they recorded as a band.
Yeah, I think it shows.
So now we have Colin Edwin, Richard Barbetti on keyboard, and Chris Mantiland? I don't know. Mantiland.
Maitland.
Maitland.
I believe it's Maitland.
Maitland on drums. So yeah, this is 5 minutes of garbage.
This is 100% 5 minutes of garbage, but when it gets going, I think it's actually quite good. Quite good.
I might fast forward because I think I know what part.
I mean, there's a lot here. It's a long song.
I don't even care for it when it gets going. Yeah, let's.
And even when the vocals come in, it's okay. I don't think it's that badly written. It's just so low energy. It's a horrible way to start an album. It's just so mellow. So lengthy.
I'm surprised they want to be Pink Floyd so bad sometimes.
At this point in the career, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I just don't care for the tones of a lot of things.
So let's fade it out for a little bit, maybe, and jump around a bit.
Yes, I think I have the part you're talking about, and I hope I do this double check. What happened?
Lost your notes?
I went a little too far forward. There.
This. Love it.
I hate it.
I love it. I mean, I was like, all right.
I hate it.
I didn't love it at first, though. I was like, this is so unusual. And then it reminded me of fucking JRPG fight music. I'm like,
yes,
I'm in. Oh, man.
I also went video game music, but I'm like, even for video, no.
If this was in a game, if this was in a video game, I'd be like, all right,
yeah,
right on.
It's hard because I don't know. I feel like there's oh man, you had to use chip tones to fucking make it also worse.
Personal favorite.
No way.
I'm not How?
Mike.
I'm so confused. We were simpatico in our hatred.
Mike,
how can this be?
There's a song on here that originated from a 40-minute jam session. How is this your personal favorite?
I enjoyed so many riffs on here.
I thought this was safe.
No, it's never safe, baby. It's never safe. Dude, holy shit. There isn't a song on here that I don't like, except... Well, to be fair, they're so long that there's plenty of parts in each song that I don't like.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I'm like, I can forgive the stuff I don't like for the stuff I do like. For example, the title track part 2,
which is better than part 1.
I think it's not. The thing is, it's 16 minutes, aside from the 18-minute intro, 16 minutes, and the first 10 minutes I think are pretty fucking rad. This is a good ass 10-minute song, and the last 6 minutes
I wouldn't go there, but
I like it. But the last 6 minutes, I'm like, I don't like it nearly as much, but I'll forgive it because just ratios, baby, ratios.
Sure, and that's why I gave it worse though, because I felt like there's only a few songs because they're all smashed up.
Yeah.
And then it's just they're all so fucking exhausting.
They are. What really helps is if you're actually not paying attention that much. It's counter to everything I've ever said in the past. You gotta fucking actually sit down and pay attention. There's a lot you're gonna miss, and it's cool if you miss. A lot of ambience, a lot of just.
I wrote that for other albums that it's background. It's all background music,
and it's so much better as background music because the few times shit kicks up and they start playing a really quote unquote heavy kind of thing, or I don't know, a really repeating passage starts happening. All of a sudden, it sticks out, and those I found to be a lot more memorable than anything off the last 2 albums. Many off the next fucking 7 or 8, however many we have left.
The only thing I'll a slight thumbs up, and that's any time I give this band praise, it's always a slight. it's an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. It's never a full one. Dislocated Day. I'm after that fucking intro, this is not 100 minutes. It feels better. Yeah. It's a little rockin'.
I like that song a lot.
Some Middle Eastern flair.
I love the vocals in that one. Very quiet, very creepy, like whispery. It's even though it's heavy and it's dark, it's still wimpy as shit sounding. And that was when I was like, oh no, this guitar tone's not gonna go away.
Let me tell you about a song that broke me called "The Moon Touches Your Shoulder."
It's not great, but it's not the worst. I found it to be. By the end of it, I'm like, as it goes on, I actually like it. It takes a while though.
This is when he starts doing porn guitar too. Or like the solos sound. Yes, I fucking hate unless it's like the NWO theme
or the Godfather theme.
With
no, the wrestler, the Godfather.
Oh yeah,
not
Godfather,
not Nino Rota.
Also, I guess Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, we're just doing wrestling references. That's who we are, baby.
That's. Porn guitar belongs in porn and pro wrestling is what I'm never a real song. And then the fact that the solo, it ends with a solo and it extends into like prepare yourself.
It's more of an interlude than anything.
It's like, prepare yourself for this big like freak out. Go fuck yourselves.
I don't think it was that much thought went into the titles.
Oh, I disagree.
Really?
I disagree.
Prepare yourself.
This guy
for the skies move sideways part 2.
Well, okay. All right, maybe we have like skewed because I listened to it in the like original track order. So after prepare,
I mean, so did I believe.
After prepare yourself on the original track order is Moon Loop.
Oh, right.
A Moon Loop is a fucking 40-minute jam session that they edited and overdubbed down to 16 minutes.
Oh shit. See, I didn't hear that. That's probably why.
Yeah.
I skipped an entire 16 minutes because that's on the reissue.
You thought it was bonus track.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
because it's a different order. There's other stuff completely at the end of the reissue.
Yeah.
Is it the same shit? Oh, Moon Loop is at the very end. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because before on the reissue, the streaming version, whatever, before Moon Loop is an alternate version of the title track. So why would you like, well, clearly this is where the bonus tracks start because we already heard this.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's confusing as a lot of things this band does. Whatever.
What I think, and I think it's the same thing as the last album, he went back and rethought.
Fucking George Lucas,
but for the better. This the one without Moon Loop is pretty good. Clearly, that's my favorite one. Sometimes George Lucas got it right. That's all I'm saying.
George Lucas, the first album, and I still won't listen to it.
I'm not listening to the first album.
I'm not listening to any of these fucking albums again.
I might, but this one has a pretty strong contender for me going back to it. I still, and again, like good in the background. The parts that really kick up, I enjoy a lot. I mean, you hated that electronic part. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's just how we feel, man. It's just how we feel. Oh, so this is wasn't expecting. How could this be? There's 11 fucking records to choose from. How do we collide and go?
Yeah. This it fucking happened though.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yes.
That's why we do this show, goddammit. But we have more, of course. So if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Here we go. This is 1996, Signify. It's my fault. Restart it.
All right.
This is my favorite album cover.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool. It's creepy as shit.
Cool. This is just fucking generic.
Dude, it just hit me. Listen to that guitar, that distortion.
Yeah.
The background. I can't say for sure. That sounds direct in. That sounds DI. Which is when you record, you plug directly into the interface to record. You do that with bass because you don't need. It's not as necessary. You usually record a mic to an amp. When you record DI, when you distort it, it has a very specific distorted sound. You remember Penis Envy from Crass?
Yes.
That whole album was directed. All the distortions, they sound thin and flimsy and cheap.
Yeah.
This sounds like that.
I mean, a lot of these things sound flimsy and cheap.
But specifically this era, where there's never any impact.
I don't mind the song. I think if this were produced better, it would feel very metal.
These are a bunch of dads in a garage. Like, is this heavy?
It's because the tone. I swear, if this was chunky,
is this heavy metal?
dude, if this was chunky, you'd be into this. Don't you fucking lie to me.
Maybe. I could see it being like if White Zombie had this same riff.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw some yes over. Yeah. It kind of is shit. It's still shitty crowd rock too.
A little bit, yeah. Obviously not production wise, and there was no these kinds of solos.
I guess the sense in that it's very driving,
yeah.
repetitive, same riff.
They had a lot of this in the first handful of albums.
Yeah.
These types of drum beats.
Also, this is probably one of their shortest songs, so
20 minutes.
This is only like 3 minutes.
I like this. This is where I think it kind of flourishes. Where these kinds of songs, anyway, where they throw in the big synth sounds behind it. You know how Devin Townsend does, except not nearly as good as how he does it. Where it's not just the guitar and bass drums combo. You're throwing in the whole surround sound type thing. I thought I was gonna like this album, and then after track 4, I was like, after track 4, I was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. All right. So, the sleeping of no dreaming.
The sleep of no dreaming. Yeah.
Whatever. It's got some character to it.
I like it. I think it's psychedelic with a 90s twist.
Yes.
Yep.
And then Waiting, phase 2.
You like phase 2?
No, I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that is background music when you get when you get specifically a massage.
That's very sexual. Phase 1.
It doesn't have to be. Your banana does not have to cry.
It does. That's right. You want to make banana cry. What was that? Nick Swartzen?
Al Madrigal.
Al Madrigal.
Yes.
All right.
You don't have to have a happy ending. You can just go get a massage.
Sure. It's good for you. Really. It's
it's amazing, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah. And then fucking Idiot Prayer. I guess I guess I'll take it because it's like something upbeat. It's
still way too long for what it is.
Also, it's so funny because I thought about Muzak.
Yeah.
And then a lot during this album. And then at a certain point later down the line, they actually call a song with something Muzak. And I'm like, you guys should have done that.
Some people like Muzak. I don't know who they are or why they exist.
This fucking guy does.
Maybe he does. Maybe he loves getting in and out of elevators all day long.
How milk white can you get the musicians in the band and this guy will love it?
I don't know.
Prog rock loves it. Fusion jazz fucking loves it.
That's ironic too. That's funny that it's one
like
of the whitest genres.
Yeah,
man. Waiting phase 1. I like that one a lot. It takes a while to get going, but I think it's damn good. Okay. And then the reason why I give phase 2 a pass is because it's just a boring psychedelic continuation of phase 1. So my residue love of the first half, I was like, all right, I'll carry it into that one.
That's kind of one song.
Basically. And then everything after that, I mean, like I like Intermediate Jesus. It's eerie, but it manages to kick a little ass. Too long, but what the fuck isn't too long? At this point,
it's not even
exactly like
it's going to be a broken record.
I can't use it as a distinction anymore. I can't be like, oh, it's good, but it's too long because they're all too fucking long. All right, it's just good then. It's just good for this band.
Whatever they're doing, yeah.
Dark Matter is really it's a little too Pink Floyd-ish, but I still think it's a good song.
Slightly less boring than some of the other songs
for sure. But everything else, Light Mass Prayers is a fucking waste of space. It's all filler.
That is.
Sever is not for me. Every Home is Wired. I mean, it's like 70s sounding. It's has some nostalgia to it. Don't like it either. Hate it.
I hate that song, but let me tell you, the outro, like the last 2 minutes.
I had a feeling very spacey.
I was
like, that's what I was thinking for a lot of this. I was like, Alex loves him some space. There's a lot of space on here.
I like some space, but I need it to sound like people are playing it. And these guys are fucking robots. They are fucking human metronomes.
Yeah.
And that's not a compliment.
Usually it is, but I guess in this case it is
not here.
Like, so I ended up having pretty positive feelings about this album by the end of it because it begins strong and ends strong.
I liked it better than
the
last one.
I did not, but it still wasn't. I was like almost encouraged by the direction. Like they're changing, they're going in a way, they're getting tighter. The production's getting better marginally, but it's still getting better.
Yeah, you had like no idea where they were.
No, I'm just fucking on I'm here for the ride, baby.
Yeah.
So this one ends strong and it begins strong and it shits the bed in the middle, but fuck it, man. Whatever. We'll be all right. I guess you just take what you can get with this band. Yeah. So that just goes to show how beaten down I was by this point where I'm like, it's a good album. It's pretty good. It's decent, even though I hate a lot of it. So there's more.
It's not a good band to listen to when you've had a few Thanksgiving dinners and it's probably made it worse.
That's what we did we did a lot of stuff. But what was it? This is also the last album for a while that we're going to get any electronic elements at all. And they're not even on here that much. They're very minimal. Not that they were super all over the place to begin with, but they're definitely reining it back. By the next album, they'll be gone completely, and then they'll bring it back at some point way later. But for now, I was okay with this album. A lot of it's not. I'm not going to go back to it. I don't think I could. I imagine fans like it just because if I can really love songs like "Waiting," I'm sure.
I mean, they fucking remaster and re-release this shit. So like,
I have.
That's why I'm like. That's why I'm like. I think their fans are like Fish fans. I think they just fucking like.
Yeah.
Oh, the name's on it. Give me everything. Give me every outtake. Give me.
Steve seems like he has those kinds of fans where, I mean, I do respect how much he'll just do whatever he feels like doing, even if I don't like 90% of it.
Sure. You know what I hate is that, those fans overlap into Devin.
Oh, Devin Townsend? I see it completely. I see. Yeah. I understand it completely. I hear, because I don't love Devin Townsend's production style. I don't love his presentation. I like his songwriting. I like his voice, and I like what he can do. That's why I like Devin Townsend, not his style. I actually hate his style.
Also, people might call me a hypocrite because I like some Opeth stuff, and
Steve collaborated with Opeth a lot, and then
to produce some of their stuff.
They played on some of these albums.
Yeah. So I don't know why when Opeth does. They're this way more interesting to me.
I haven't heard enough Opeth. I've only heard very bits and pieces. I've liked what I've heard, but it's been they're such one of those bands that you can't judge them on one song or one album.
No,
I would never make that claim that I like them or don't like them.
Yeah.
But on to the next.
On to the next one.
Here we go. This is y'all ready? Y'all ready? I think we're all ready. This is 1999's "Stupid Dream."
I fucking hate this song.
Oh, do you?
So much.
Oh, do you?
So fucking much. I didn't timestamp this.
We should turn it up then. Oh, you hate this song?
Fucking. First of all, the title and where the title comes from is fucking stupid.
Why is that?
Because he was just like, oh yeah, I was fucking talking. I don't even know if that's how he talks.
I don't think he has a Cockney accent.
I was talking about like how stupid music is, and that like you make it and then you have to like replay your art and how like stupid that is. And I'm like, I guess
I get it, because it's literally the only art form where you do that.
But
except for like because plays,
yeah.
Musicals would count as both play and music.
Dancing, maybe.
Even then,
yeah.
Like because movies you don't, visual art you don't, comedy you don't. I mean, you do, but you can't do it to the same person.
Yeah.
This is loud. Lord, what beat?
Fuck. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, sure, but you didn't come up with like a cool title. You're just like, it's a stupid dream, and
it's a bad album title.
You just went for like the lowest hanging.
It's the worst album title, I think, by far. Not that they're that great or anything. This is their
where they become a pop band, essentially?
Yes, they try to move away from the spacey stuff, which wasn't even that fucking good, so fine.
On a Norfolk beach.
Fuck yourself. Yeah, this is considered like a transitional album.
This is
The bridge from the early stuff to, I guess, I don't want to call it the fucking classic era, but
oh boy, maybe it is a classic era. You never. Like, this is really triumphant. It's the most 90s thing they've ever done up until this point. I can't say this is a terrible song for people who like this popular mainstream poppy rock kind of shit. Like, I don't like it at all, but I get it a little bit.
I don't. I think you're a weird person if this is like, oh yeah, dude, this is fucking,
There's a lot of really shitty bands that sounded like this in the 90s, bro, that people love. Okay, I think we got the fucking idea.
I think we got the worst. And this
I was gonna say I'm not mad at that, but I really wouldn't be mad
at any of them. This, like, I was so dead set on the first album being the worst one, but when I went back to it, like, no, there's stuff I enjoy. It's goofy and weird, and the simple fact that it's so weird makes me kind of like appreciate.
There's some like endearing quality.
A little bit. I still hate it. I'll never go back to it. I think it's unpleasant to listen to, but there's bits and pieces that I was able to enjoy. Like, before the instruments come in, I'm like, okay, that's a good riff. Here, like, the essence of this album makes me want to pull my fucking hair out. I hate everything about this. It's the one song. I'll name one song that encompasses every negative feeling I have about this album, and that is Piano Lessons. There's nothing worse.
Sucks.
I think it's the worst song that they've ever done. I think it's one of the biggest piles of shit. Like, how can you defend that song? Anyone? How can you defend something that horrifically generic? It's bullshit alternative dog shit. Like, I mean,
it's so sterile. It's so sleek. It sounds like you programmed robots. And some old man's like, I like Pink Floyd and the Beatles. Can you make me a song that sounds like that? And that's what the robots make.
It is music made for commercials in the style of other things. That's what this whole album feels like. Like, you'd see this in a goddamn Dawn commercial or something.
The other thing that makes this so much more offensive is it was inspired by Jeff Buckley. Soundgarden and Brian Wilson.
I mean,
and those are like
three brilliant masters.
Yeah. And it's just like they took away like the worst, like completely like misconstrued what those three artists do.
I don't know if it's misconstruing so much as this guy is just not a good songwriter. Like, because I'm telling you, my main problem with the band, getting past all the sleekness of everything, it is his songwriting. I don't like his songs. Nothing about it is engaging to me. Like, the reason why I gave the third album personal favorite is because the parts that stuck out were truly unique and unusual, and the stuff that I wasn't expecting. I'm expecting every goddamn note on this album. It's unbelievable. Like, the stuff that I did enjoy, like, to a minor degree, are like Baby Dream and Cellophane, which is, it is the most unoriginal thing. It is purely Beatles and Pink Floyd-y, but it's like, it's still pleasant, you know?
Yeah.
I can't give it any props because it's not, it feels completely ripped off. Like, everything about it feels stolen, even though it's not. And then A Smart Kid has moments. It's one of the better tracks. Still drags what doesn't drag?
That's another song where, again, the outro. I like the like creepy electronic stuff, and the like. There's like some creepy breathing at the end. I'm like,
dude, the atmosphere. See, this guy is good at atmosphere.
Yeah,
not at making music.
Yeah,
and here's my last note. The closer, Stop Swimming. I think it's the best song here, and it's still boring as shit. Like, my favorite song on here, I don't like.
Yeah. Let me tell you what my favorite song on here. Tinto Brass.
I knew you were going to say that.
Tinto Brass. Also, so the two positive things are two songs, Tinto Brass and Don't Hate Me.
Don't Hate Me. Yeah, that's all right.
Not this bad if you're like, okay, there's going to be flutes and saxophones. I'm going to be
a lot of flutes in this band.
I'll be like, those are the worst songs. If I had a guess, I'd be like, those are going to be the worst fucking songs, but they're the best.
Don't hate me. I didn't mind it so much. It's still extremely 90s. It's more subdued and moody. The saxophone solo is a bit much.
Hell yeah, it is.
But it made me laugh, and I found it more funny than awful. So I was like, fine. I'll give you the saxophone on that one. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Also, I think...
But Tinto Brass, we got to talk about Tinto Brass. It is the wackiest thing on here by far.
There's flutes. There's good driving bass. They didn't need to bring heavy on there, but I'll take it. And there's even like some dub reggae drum sound on there. So
that song, I think it's the only one on the album that has distortion of any kind.
What I just described sounds very pretentious, but again, for this band, that is the cream of the crop.
This album, it's the first one that has basically no distortion, except for that song. And ironically, is like the heaviest sounding album up to this point because, like I said, that their distortion sucks. He just liked this particular tone, so everything felt fuller and heavier, and like, oh, this is a better produced in terms of like skill level, like making it sound like a big full thing. But I mean, inside of it, there's nothing there. It's just a hollow shell of sadness. Oh my god, I hate this so much. Oh my god!
Slave Called Shiver. That's also some good bass playing there. I like the bass on there.
Interesting. It does have a groovy bass line, but it didn't do it for me.
And then last thing I'll say, this is No Rehearsal.
Yeah.
Fucking more porn guitars. Get the fuck out of here.
So some things are consistent, he keeps
the porn guitars.
He keeps certain things, gets rid of others. So this is my worst. This is a bad album. I can't imagine ever choosing to hear something this sterile. Like
that's all.
But this is
particular.
There's no, like, even the songs are shorter. Like there's no hints of like experimentation or fucking around. Like, let's try this. There's none of the. There's none of let's try this on here. It's all. I mean, just the most generic dribble.
Also, it's just like. They recorded this album and the next album in like one session.
Really?
And I'm just like, why? Also, while he's in other bands, I'm like, why are you like doing this to yourself?
Because I understand completely. I would do the same thing. If you have the passion, and if it's what you do, it's what you do. I get it. I would do it too. Yeah.
But also, I don't know. I guess I just like, I kind of like, it doesn't even have to be that long, but kind of like stepping away and letting it like breathe.
That's always best for the actual music to step away and come back later. It's always the best. It's always best for. Sometimes you don't have that luxury, and especially when you get involved with like labels and other musicians, like they're expecting something of you. So maybe he wasn't fully up to him, but I don't know because this doesn't feel that thought out.
It just feels so like. You're diluting your product by cranking out so much shit so fast.
It can't, like I said, you can do that, but a lot of people you just have it, or you have it written over the course of years and you just haven't used it. All kinds of things go into it. So I don't usually question so much when things are released in rapid succession, because sometimes you've been sitting on it. Sometimes you just sometimes you just have a feeling about it. Like there's always a lot that goes into music making, more so than just what you hear, a lot more. But having said that, it doesn't mean this is a good album in any way, shape, or form. But
how many we got left?
We got
5, 10,
20, 3, 4, 6, I believe. Oh my God. We have 6 left. We have a whole episode's worth of albums left is what we have.
A 2-for-1 here.
Here we go. Oh man. So this is 2000s Lightbulb Sun.
That's my fault.
The sun is a light bulb.
By the way, everyone listening, this is our second time hearing this because we had to do some editing.
Yeah, my brain is mush today.
This is so funny that Alex has to hear this twice after everything he just talked shit about it.
Also, yeah, you're not going to get my take of me singing it.
Yeah, that's true.
without fucking up this time, yeah, we've been on a bit of a UK kick. I won't say the bands because I said them for you off air.
Yeah.
That puts me at sea.
I already forgot everything we've covered. That's right, McCluskey, Bauhaus. Damn.
Next
week is gonna be the one.
This man. I like the dirty swamp rock. That's a change of pace.
I like the distorted slide. It's not common.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I didn't like it at first. It's not the most inspiring opener. I liked it better on second listen. I think it feels pretty good.
But yeah, basically a fucking double album with, because it was recorded in like the same sessions as Stupid Dreams. So
it's funny because the name of the album just sounds like you're insulting the album.
I mean,
it sounds like the name of the album is Dream, like it's your stupid dream.
Stupid Dream, stupid Lightbulb Sun.
Stupid Lightbulb Sun. I don't mind this song. I think it's actually all right. It's not an opener. It's not a good opener.
What would you open with?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, dude.
It doesn't matter.
I don't like this album. I don't like this album either. And I think it's significantly better than the last one. Significantly, which is odd because it was written and recorded in the same time.
At least they have like a good vision for like this belongs on this album and this belongs
that's another
on this album.
That's the thing that makes me laugh. Like this is completely unrelated musically, but the punk band TSOL, they had their first two records. One's an EP, one's an album. The EP was very political, just straight hardcore punk, just raw, short, to the point. And then the album that came out like the following year was a lot deeper. It had like macabre lyrics. It was a little bit not gothy, but the singer wore makeup and stuff. And it was way less hardcore, more like, oh shit, these guys are doing more stuff. So everyone thought like, I like the hardcore stuff better.
Yeah.
And the singer Jack Grisham said like, we wrote those all at the same time. We chose the album songs because they were better and we saved them. Like, so I mean, you're stupid.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what a lot of times they just save the good stuff for later.
Yeah. Fucking How's Your Life? This is fucking waltzy circus music.
I like it. I think it's cool. It's
I
exactly
think you
what
like
I wrote.
circus music.
I like circus music, dude. I've always liked. I don't mind it so much. The other ones I don't mind too much are Last Chance to Evacuate Planet Earth Before It's Recycled. It's a long, drawn out title, but it's jammy, psychedelic. It's got some okay riffs. I mean, a lot of these I just kind of gave a pass. Not so much that they're good songs, but they're just so much more bearable than the last one. It's not like Hate Song. It's boring, but I think it's still a little bit interesting compared to some of the other tracks on here.
Hate Song pissed me off because I was reading about this album and he said the solo. He's like, yeah, I did a fucking Korn solo on there. I'm like, I didn't fucking hear Korn. You know what I did hear Korn on?
Which
that fucking Russia song.
Russia on Ice?
That's where I heard the Korn.
Really?
I didn't write a timestamp for it, but that's where the Korn comes out.
Oh, because when it gets groovy and loud, right? That's after like 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly the time, but so it's 13 minutes. It doesn't want 13 minutes. Never does.
The Korn parts do.
But as soon as that shit kicks in, I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
It's been a while since we talked about Korn.
That is, I swear we did it on the McCluskey episode.
We might have.
We actually did. I did the voice and everything.
Yeah.
We talk about Korn a lot.
It's been a while, though.
Hell yeah. I like the synths in that song too. I think they're pretty all right. But the first 7 minutes is boring as all hell. Like, and that's a long time to sit through to get to something. I think Feel So Low is a beautiful closer. I actually like it a lot. I think it's moving. I like the strings. Again, very pristine and crisp and clean.
Also, on top of Buckley, they cite Nick Drake, and I'm just like, how do you?
You can be influenced without sounding anything like him.
I just like you missed the fucking point of what made Buckley and Drake like unique and fucking good musicians.
Songwriting is what made both of them, but like specifically Nick Drake, like his song, like he was just a guy with a guitar, but the songwriting, like the actual construction of it.
Oh man, I could talk. Man,
we did though. Check out the Nick Drake episode.
I can and I did.
That was a fun episode. It was forever ago.
I'm gonna do it again.
but I still dig the closer quite a bit. And overall, like I felt like this isn't actually that bad of an album. It's more diverse and engaging than the last one by eons. It's not revolutionary in any way. That's putting it lightly, but
four chords that made a million. That pissed me the fuck off.
Oh, no, I hate it.
Yeah,
no, it sucks. Yeah,
it's like the Beatles, A Day in a Life, but with like hard rock elements, and it's.
I had this conversation with my brother recently. We were at my dad's, and he just put on A Day in the Life because he's an old boomer and he likes to do stuff like that.
Also, I don't got anything against the Beatles.
No, nor do I. And I'm listening to it, and I haven't listened to that song like sat down and listened to it in so long. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, this is a perfect song. This is a perfect song.
It's good.
And then my brother's like, oh yeah. And we've never had that kind of like agreement, like, or like, oh yeah, this is a perfect piece of music. It's like,
yeah.
I had that feeling about like, I had that about Claire de Lune. I had that about the main theme to Once Upon a Time in the West. Like these are perfect pieces of music, and it's so rare.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh yeah, the Beatles are that good." Fuck. Like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So now that we're done talking about music we like, might as well go back to this. She's moved on. Awful, horrible.
I don't know if they produce their own shit or if they bring in producers. Probably a little of both. I feel like whoever was producing their shit around this time was just, I got a fever, and the only thing that's going to cure it is more porn guitar. Let me get some more porn guitar.
I think, Steve Wilson produced this, and
he loved it during this era. This fucking loved it. Maniac. Not in a good way.
I can't believe how well regarded this album is. I mean, it's
I can't believe how well regarded this fucking band is.
Nor can I, but like stuff like this where it's not, I wouldn't call this a bad album at all. I would call this a good album. I don't like it though. It's not for me. I get how it could be for someone, but I don't get how it could be for so many. That's see, there's always something part of the puzzle I'm still fucking missing. Whereas the last album, if people told me that was like a fan favorite, I would kill myself right now.
I think it is a fan favorite.
All right, where's my gun?
Yeah, I think we're like from that album to a certain point we're in like the hot spot.
The
pinnacle of
we're in the
of PT. Not the Kojima
R.I.P.
Silent Hill.
R.I.P. All right.
Better PT.
So let's we got 5 left, I guess. So we just move on. This is 2002's In Absentia.
This is the stuff I've heard from them, so I knew what I was. I would see this album cover. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on here? It's mysterious.
It is mysterious. It's an intriguing album cover. I don't like it so much, but I get it. I get why it's an interesting cover. Or it's like a good cover.
Yeah, if you're walking around like Tower Records and you see that everywhere.
It gives me heavy, not the music, the cover gives me heavy Disturbed vibes.
Oh, Disturbed, to be fair, did have like a powdered type guy on there.
That's right. So this production out the gate is the best they've ever had in terms of like, especially distortion sound. It's actually heavy now.
This song comes out hot.
Sure does. Hot. And then
goes down.
Let's wait for it.
Goes downhill real quick. Just right back into your comfort zone.
I was so excited the first 15 seconds, and then this happened, and my heart broke. I was like, okay, I hate this fucking band.
Yeah. So this is the only lineup change. Drummer's gone. They brought in Gavin Harrison,
he's a killer drummer.
I think you kind of need a different, doing the more metal stuff. Because
he's actually double pedaling and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is inspired by like Meshuggah and Opeth.
Yeah.
Loose concept album about serial killers, youthful innocence gone wrong. Oh, fuck you, dude.
This is... I hate this so much. Oh, my God. All right, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't take it. Dude, that song is so fucking bad.
Because this album was so huge, I thought, and I was like, this might... No.
I think even stronger feelings about my final two picks than I do about my first two picks. This isn't anything. I think this is a overall, taking away all my bias against this type of music, is a decent album. Mm-hmm. It starts out so rough though. Like the first 3 songs alone are really hard to get to. They're bad.
Lips to Ashes is like the worst parts of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's just,
dude, the vocals is a perfect example of those harmonies that I just can't take, where they're too dialed in.
Yeah, it's bad. And then this is where they finally, the sounds of music, but it's not even
the Sound of Music. Yeah,
it's not even music. It's just,
I think it's a play on the name, the Sound of Music.
I know.
I don't mind it. I think it's. I mean, okay, you know,
it pisses me off the least though,
dude. The chorus is horrific. So bad. The chorus is utter trash. The reason why I don't mind the rest of it, it's basically Sober from Tool, and I don't even like that song. But it's like, I like Tool more than this.
I wrote that for Strip the Soul. It's this boring Tool.
That's a lot of this ends up being like boring Tool, which is kind of a lot. I mean, pardon me for saying it, but a lot of Tool is boring as fuck to me. But
if you want to say that about their most recent album.
Yes,
that is. I will say that's the boringest.
The first album is pretty bad. The first album, I think Undertow is awful.
We'll get it. One day.
We will do it till episode. But so Sound of Music, parts of it I think are all okay. Gravity Eyelids, I think has some strong bass lines.
But that song burnt me out. I had to stop listening to the album and walk away.
The first few minutes is really, really boring. It's like really, really boring. Also,
it's like for metal bands, we talk about like riff salad, but this is like the prog rock equivalent of riff salad, where I'm just like, at this point, I've subjected myself to so much that like after this song, I was like, I have to stop and walk away and do something else, because there's no way I can like honestly listen to the rest of it. Like if I forced myself to keep listening, I was like, there's no way I'm going to like be attentive.
Yeah, there's no way you'd actually retain anything.
Yeah, it's like I have to do something else.
I did that several times. I would take long breaks. I would listen to
there wasn't enough breaks.
That's why we took so long to record this episode. It was a lot of like, all right, let's just regroup for a second here.
You know what? We put it off, well, once for medical reasons, but I'm pleased at the.
I'm very pleased at how quickly we actually did this.
Yes,
because I was worried, and it was not easy to get through. But even though I don't like these albums, I found it somehow easier to get through than some other episodes that we've done in the past. Where those ones, like, I don't want to fucking put this. I don't want to listen to goddamn DMX again. I just can't do it. Sorry.
Oh no, DMX was easier for me.
That was so much harder for me. That one took my soul. Oh my god. But back to Gravity Eyes real quick. The first few minutes, I think, are some of the most boring shit they've ever done. But the loud section, the latter half, I think is actually pretty cool.
Wedding Nails? That's like the most metal thing.
It is very metal, prog metal kind of. It's not bad at all. I think it's one of the best songs here. I just don't like their style. I don't like how they do it. I don't like how.
Prodigal, that song can go get fucked though.
It sure can. Awful.
The most boring, worst parts of Pink Floyd and the Eagles with fusion shit. Point 3.
Yeah.
Some jammy parts.
Yeah, it's. I don't think the song isn't that great, but it's weird because everything. This goes across the board for every album. Mm-hmm. Everything is so bombastic. Everything he likes big epic albums. Clearly, mm-hmm. He tries to make every album feel giant and epic. And some things are just not that. That song is not a big epic, but it's produced as though it is, mm-hmm. and it feels forced and it feels a little wonky. And it's very dramatic, and it's not that epic of a song. Sometimes songs are just 3 minutes and you're done, and because that's what it was. When you try to produce, again, overproduce. That's just the definition of overproducing. I'm just kind of regurgitating stuff.
Talking. Because that's what we do. We talk here.
Yeah.
The creator has masterpiece.
Master tape.
Or, sorry. Orange Cassidy, thumbs up for that.
Really?
There's some feedback and noise on there.
It's higher energy. It's a little proggy. It's louder. I don't like the way it's written. I mean, that's just plain simple. The last three I don't mind so much. I think it actually ends okay, which is why I don't think this is a terrible album. Like a Heart Attack and a Labie. Dramatic, super dramatic and dark, but I think it's quite pretty. Strip the Soul, and I think Strip the Soul is really rad.
Dramatic and dark is definitely the theme pretty much until we get to the end.
Pretty much. Collapse Light to the Earth. I think it's a piano ballad. It's fine. It could be worse. It's not my favorite. But Strip the Soul, I think, is probably my favorite song on the whole album.
Really?
That's a good bass line. Bass line. It actually rips.
The bass player is kind of like an unsung hero in parts of these songs.
There's a lot. Man, there's little things here and there that like, oh wow, I didn't think that would be the thing that kept me around. Like again, like little synth lines here and there. Like fuck, that is cool. All right.
Okay, this trying to reach onto something.
Yeah. So this is the transition to heavy. This is the heavy album.
And this is a big album that we're gonna get shit for. But
I mean,
at this point, you knew what you were getting into.
If you stuck around for an hour, 10 minutes to hear us shit on this album, you're insane. You're an insane person.
Someone clicked on the video and then this clicked to the timestamp without listening to
at
the
least
intro.
One person has to.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, we hate this band. Don't watch this video. You're just gonna get mad. You don't want to be mad for no reason. But let's move on. Let's please move on. This is if you're ready.
Yeah.
This is 2005's Deadwing.
This is the most pretentious bullshit album I've ever read about.
This album?
This album.
I do. Great cover. I like the cover a lot. Makes me feel things.
Cool cover.
Yeah.
You know what this album's based on?
What's it based on?
It's based on a script that didn't even get turned into a fucking movie that Steve Wilson wrote.
Oh no. What's it about? Oh no.
It's about spooky stuff.
Oh, spooky stuff?
Yeah. But I can't think of something more pretentious than I wrote a script to a movie and I'm going to record an album about it, and the movie's just never gonna go fuck yourself.
Imagine if Danzig wrote an album around Veronica.
That would be better.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Please do that.
Yeah.
So at first,
I guess musically, I don't hate this one.
I thought I didn't hate the song.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like the most metal thing they've ever done. This isn't that bad. Went back to it. Halfway through this 9-minute song, I'm done.
It
gets old. It gets old halfway through the song because it doesn't really change that much.
Also, I'm not going to list off the song titles because they're usually long. But we got Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth on tracks 1, 3, 5, and 10.
Okay.
We got Adrian Belew.
Oh, Adrian Belew. That's from King Crimson.
Yes. On this track and Halo. And yeah.
So it's some big names.
Is Robert Fripp?
Robert Fripp?
No, he's not on this one. No.
Yeah, Agent Blue is the guy that I've been compared to the most in my musical life, which is very odd because I don't love him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the way I play guitar, I guess.
All right.
So, if you like that,
I hope you like it for 9 minutes and 46 seconds. Least favorite. And my oh my.
Really?
I hate this fucking album. Like
you didn't give it worse.
No, because it is not as egregious on a conceptual and musical level.
Mm-hmm.
So like, whereas Stupid Dream this is music made for fucking detergent commercials.
Yeah.
Just with more epic production. These aren't like, if these were written better, I think this would be a good album. I just hate every single song. Everything bores the utter brains out of me. I can't take a single, like the things that I like are, again, parts of songs. I like parts of Open Car because it feels like Tool. It's not the worst thing in there, but it feels completely unoriginal. Then the start of Something Beautiful, decent moments. but it's too long and it's generic overall. Everything else is the worst thing. I can't go back to this.
Yes.
I can't take this album. Oh my God.
It is really bad. Shallow is just like what.
Oh my God, dude, fuck that song.
I fucking hate the clean singing and the pianos on there. Lazarus, ooh.
Complete trash.
And then Glass Arm Shattering. Those 3 songs are just
like, I didn't hate Glass Arm Shattering at first, but when you pay attention to it, nothing's happening.
No,
it's the most boring thing.
Yeah.
It's the most boring thing.
Imagine the fucking balls to like be on tour writing music for 1,000 bands, and you're like, I need to write a movie script.
I don't even care. Like, the man's ambitious. Clearly, he has his fan base. I don't care about that so much. I kind of respect that he has this much of a motor, but shit like arriving somewhere but not here. How could you do that to people? Dude. 12 minutes of just the most unwarranted, boring, like,
it's the same shit for 10 minutes.
I mean, there are some genuinely metal riffs in that song, but at this point on this album, at least, none of it feels very authentic. It feels like, well, we're trying metal now, and because
we've been hanging out with Opeth.
Yeah. Like, it's not that they didn't get heavy earlier, but again, it didn't feel like that was his bag. It didn't feel like that's what he was. He clearly, alternative in Psychedelia is what he's like. That's his thing.
Yeah.
So these first few attempts at really heavy shit, it just feels like, oh, what are you doing, buddy? This is you. What are you doing? And it's not that it's bad. It just feels like out of place, especially in 12 minutes of boring fucking alternative. And so much of that is just boring alternative. I like Mellotron Scratch. You can pay me to remember a single thing that happened in that song.
No, it is a very forgettable album.
I will say though, around 5 minutes in, it does pick up, and it basically might as well be a different song. It changes so much that every time I've listened to it, I've checked to see what song it was, and it's the same song.
Yeah,
it's quite cool. Not enough to save the first 5 minutes of drivel.
No.
Like, it's so stylistically, it's more of the same from the last album, but way more bland, way more forgettable than ever.
That opening track is misleading.
It is. It's not. The rest of the album is not that heavy. But even that song,
and it has like the most metal name too. Deadwing.
I mean, the name of the album.
Yeah.
Jesus. But it's like there's no highlights. The heaviness teased throughout it's
not enough.
It's not enough, and it doesn't sound bad. It just feels a little generic, a little derivative. The writing is obviously completely forgettable, and the alternative stuff on here is just I can't say a single nice thing. I can't. There's nothing for me to hate this album. I'll never go back to it. I can't. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. We're in the end game now.
We're almost there. Oh my God, Matt, if you're still here, I'm sorry, buddy. I like you, but I just, boy.
I'm not sorry. I regret nothing.
I know. I stand by every one of these feelings, but I'm sorry on his behalf. I'm sorry because I like him. I want him to love me and hug me. I don't want to be near this band ever again. But we have, what is it? 3 more? 3 more, baby. Here we go. So we got 2 records in the same year, back to back.
Of course we do.
This is April 2007, Fear of a Blank Planet.
I don't even remember. Okay. This was the other album I saw a lot, and the other album I checked out.
I like this song. I was not confident that I would that would carry over for very long, though.
Some of this stuff, this goes on for too long.
Yeah, it's quite long, like most of the albums, really.
But I think compared to the rest of the album, or maybe I just had some fatigue.
Yeah, because this is a legit good song.
Yeah,
and it's produced really well.
Yes,
that bass, it's so buzzy and farty. I like it.
Sunlight coming through the haze.
I like his voice.
That voice and like sometimes I don't know, this makes lyrics sound stupider than maybe they are.
Alex hates the British.
What goddamn redcoats? Doesn't even sound it just sounds like I don't know.
Shuffling around the stores and shuffling things getting so last year's thing. Xbox is a god to me. Finger on the switch, my mother is a bitch, my father gave up ever trying to
I just hate that fucking section. Xbox is a god. It could be a pop punk song.
I wasn't even listening to lyrics. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
And then he complains about his mom and his dad and a Orange Cassidy best personal favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, not me.
Not you.
Not
I
me.
thought I was like, hey, we're running down.
Yeah.
We haven't said it yet. Maybe
have-
we'll come back.
Listen.
No?
I think this is one of their better albums for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. Well, obviously more than the last one. Anything more than the last one. But I couldn't even compare this one. Because when we listen to them chronologically, you naturally compare it to the one you just heard. I couldn't do it on second listen. I had to listen to In Absentia again, and then listen to this because comparing anything to Deadwing, it sounds like the greatest album ever. It's just so bad. But this, it's got some like the first three tracks alone. I'm like, okay, even anesthetized.
I am amazed I like that song.
So am I. How long is it?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Fuck, I didn't know it was that. That's 17. It's 17 minutes.
It has Alex from Rush on it.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Really runs the gamut
Sure does.
on emotions and moods, which is like more than I can say for a lot of the albums where they just kind of feel stuck in this one vibe.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, holy shit. Like,
It has a lot. And
I was not, I am amazed I like that song.
it really is. It really is amazing because when it first came on, I was like, all right, this is proggy. It's got some solid solos. It's heavy. All right, I dig it. And then I checked how long. I was like, wait, no. I liked it. How would you do it to your song? No. And then it kept going on. I was like, you know what? It's actually still pretty good.
I thought I was going to get burnt out,
Yeah.
but I never did.
I still think it's too long, but it's not like it just doesn't bother me the way plenty of other songs have bothered me for that same reason.
Way out there, you got some soundscapes on there by Robert Fripp.
Good song. I didn't know he was on it.
Yeah, the last few minutes are really good.
Yeah. Great guitar lines all over it. And now I'm seeing why.
Sleep Tonight.
Or you sleep together?
Together. I was like, do I like that? I think I like that song.
It is.
And that's the song where I finally come around on the electronics.
Dude, the synths there are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're the best synth lines I think in their entire career. 'Cause they are actually unsettling. They are super evil. They're really sinister sounds. Like, oh wow, that's very like I didn't see where those synth lines were going at any point. Like I never would have guessed. Listening to all the millions of albums before this from these guys, nothing like that before. Nothing that legitimately like horror movie. Like where I was like, these are really inventive lines.
Which is funny because the last one's supposed to be the horror movie, but
that was wimpy as shit. Like at the end of it, I was like, I don't think it's spectacular, but holy shit, I'm not bored. And that's like,
if I'm ever stuck on a road trip with the Porcupine Tree fan, this is the one album you're allowed to listen to. Everything else, you better keep the fuck off the radio or we're going to have issues.
Like, honestly, I think Sleep Together is one of the best songs of theirs, not only in their entire career, but within the last 5 albums in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's the best song out of all of those albums too.
Nice.
It's like, it's that interesting to me. And the only song I don't like is Sentimental, which just feels like
fuck that song.
It just feels like My Ashes, but less interesting. It's more, dramatic and generic stuff.
And then they rehash Sentimental. God damn. And the next thing they rehash Sentimental into a different song.
Well,
yeah,
we gonna talk there. But like the heaviness here, it's not only more prominent and on more songs, but it's more settled in. Like it feels more like he knows exactly what he's trying to do now, more so than trying it. Like it's just like the most organic metal album that they've done up to this point.
Yeah.
Like this is not
That's probably why.
it feels the most genuine. It still has all the acoustic elements and the synth stuff and
Shitty singing.
yeah, I don't hate his voice, but I don't love it either. But this feels like, oh, this is a heavy band. If you showed me just this, I would assume this is what they always sounded like. Whereas if you showed me the last one, I'd be thinking like, is this what they do? Like, I don't feel like it's not exactly what they do. But your best and personal favorite, you don't seem very passionate.
No.
But it took, if you had to pick one, which is what we do here, you had to pick one.
This is the one.
But we have two left. And the next one is the only EP recovering. This came out September of 2007. This is Nil Recurring.
This has got Robert Fripp playing lead guitar, which is insane to me.
That is insane. I think this is a very cool song.
This is a very cool song. Probably because it's Robert Fripp.
Possibly. I just like King Crimson.
Also, there's no fucking singing on this song.
No, there is not.
This
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the worst album cover.
I like it
Yeah.
because I don't understand it. It's just two kids. That's what I like about it.
I hate it.
It looks. I imagine it as a hip hop album cover, like
Yeah,
dark hip hop. It's not my favorite, but I don't
This
mind it.
cover for the new Phanogram album.
Oh yeah. So hearing this song, you just think, oh, this is a prog metal band. It feels completely that.
Still kind of generic and manufactured, but
It has more grit to it, though.
compared to what we've been through, yes.
Yeah.
Also, I just like the visual of like old man Robert Fripp
Yeah.
playing these riffs.
All right. So this is their shortest record.
Obviously, it's an EP, but still, it's an EP that's 30 minutes. Best.
Wow.
Best.
That's the only song I like on here.
I love every song, and I
Song.
I genuinely like every song on here. I think it's
Holy shit.
I think it's the only record that doesn't have any fat on it. It's the only record that's consistent. It's the only record that has a listenable length, even because it's an EP. It's because what I like about this band is that they do a bunch of cool shit in between way too long of albums and way too long of songs.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, so it's kind of like, if you like the song, then you got nothing to worry about because this isn't going to go on that long.
Yeah.
I happen by chance. It feels like a complete accident that I like all these songs because I was fully convinced like it's shorter, but it's going to be more of the shit I don't like, just shorter. I just like normal. Love that song. I love it.
That's the reworking of Sentimental.
I like it a lot. I love what they do. I love how by the end of it, it's fucking heavy as shit.
The heavy parts do slap at the
Rad,
end.
dude. It's fucking rad.
But the clean singing
I got it.
over the acoustic guitar
It worked for me,
parts,
dude. It finally worked for me. And
I fucking hate.
cheating the polygraph rules too. I fucking love that song too. It's like
again. I love their outros more than their songs. Like the herky jerky, like metal math.
It's
the
mathy,
Meshuggah parts.
it's mathy
at
and
the end.
jazzy.
Yeah.
So the thing about that song, it's basically jazz blended with metal in a way that really reminds me of the band Atheist. You know them?
No.
They're like thrash, but jazz thrash. They're really interesting band. I really love them when I was a teenager, and way more hard to follow and complicated because it's so jazz influenced, but it is still thrash, which is a very weird combination. Good band. It really reminded me of that, and I do have an Atheist bias, so I'm like, it reminds me of Atheist. It's kind of cool. So, and plus with the same song, cheating the polygraph, I felt the buildup was supernatural, like not like Santana. Not like
Man, it's a hot one.
I will say it is
like 7 inches from the midday sun. You're my reason for reason. The step in my groove. Nah. Okay.
That is going to be the intro clip to the episode. What I meant was it is very natural.
Yes.
That's supernatural. Natural. Like our Lord and Savior, Carlos Santana.
Featuring Rob Thomas.
It is a very believable, organic buildup. So when it finally gets to that crazy jazzy part, it is the perfect culmination of it. It feels like a very he's not even listening to me. Look at this. He's not even listening to me right now.
I'm sorry.
He's just thinking about Santana. How could you do it?
I'm sorry. I'm not.
This is serious, Alex. Get with it.
I'm sorry. I didn't bring my best today. Okay.
So after the third track, because there's only 4 tracks on here, each very lengthy, but none of them past the 10-minute mark. By the third track, I'm like, holy shit, this is probably the best. I don't want this to be the best, but I feel like it. And by what happens now, I think it's the weakest track. But by the end, it ends with this really morbid heavy metal waltz. I'm like, yep, I'm into it.
I'm surprised it took them that long to use like hand drums prominently. Like
bongos and stuff?
Yeah, maybe they were like on other songs, but like they're used pretty heavily on that last. I'm surprised it took them that long to do that. That seems like a no-brainer for...
I know, for this kind of, that's what happens now, the closer. It definitely feels more like something off the last few albums. But the outro did it for me. And it's like the prog stuff. It felt like this is where they finally came together, and none of the weird wimpy alternative stuff that I hated. Like there's still some here, but I like the way it's done. It's just a fucking perfect storm. It just happened to be all the things I like about them in one record. And it happens to be their shortest record.
Or did you say it's a reoccurring storm?
You mean recurring?
Whatever.
Missed opportunity. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. You'll get him next time.
Get him,
Mr. Rob Thomas.
I'll get him. I'll get him on the Loose Ends episode.
Another funny thing about this record, my mom overheard me listening to this.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, that's really good. What is that?"
Like, no.
I laughed and still like,
you just shut the door,
dude. Well, she texted me later on. I was like, I hate the band, but I mean, like the things you heard, I like that stuff. Yeah. And so I sent her the songs. Like, what do you do? Yeah, I think it's the best. I think it is. There's no bullshit 10-minute ambience. There's no like over the top cringy alternative waggity shit. I don't know what else to call it.
I get where you're coming from. I just did not, outside of that opening track.
I dig it. I think I'm gonna go back to this one. It's just too concise. It is the only concise record they have. I think it's real strong. And to think that we wouldn't have covered this unless Matt specifically said, "Oh, cover that EP."
Yeah. And
I would have had to find one I liked.
I think you would have joined me with.
I might have joined you. I don't know if I maybe I would have given the sky's moving out. Oh yeah. Or the sky moved sideways.
Lots of crazy things going on here.
Oh yeah. But my best. But we still got one left. One left. And here it is. We're finally at the end of our long journey. This is 2009's The Incident.
This song is, I like this song a lot. It's not bad. I'm glad you skipped the intro because it is a waste of an intro.
Yes. This is the one album I knew to skip though.
It slaps real hard, dude. I fucking love that riff.
Also misleading because
it's just Tool. Like the style of that clean guitar with the clean vocals.
When he starts singing about like free love for his sisters, this fucking ruined.
I mean free love.
He just is like, free love for my sisters.
Oh, my sisters. My sisters.
Oh.
I think he meant like my biological sister.
I don't know. He says something about like hormone. I don't know what the fuck this song is about. I'm sure someone knows. I couldn't figure it out.
God damn, it's a strong riff. So this is a...
Hold on. Well, turn it down and then...
You're going to find the spot?
I'm going to find it. I'm going to find this fucking... Okay, I found it. Go.
Oh, that one.
It's even worse. It's... ruins it.
I get why it ruins it.
It doesn't ruin it for me, but I get why it would ruin it.
Also, least favorite.
Really?
I was so done. I found this
Holy shit.
the most boring.
So this one is a swing and a miss, in my opinion, because where this one hits, I think it is fucking awesome. I love parts of this.
I do not.
I absolutely love parts of this album.
Drawing the line, I'm drawing in the line on what I'll fucking tolerate.
So drawing the line, I originally hated it, and I was like, I don't like it.
There's fucking Coco Rosie children's toys in it.
The chorus is full on pop, but it's done in a way that they've never done before, and I was refreshed by
Something new.
Like I like it. I like that chorus. The verses the verses are really bad.
Also, I should say the first 55 minutes of this album is technically one song.
That was the original intent. It's supposed to be one song, and they all flow together like one song. They're all separate into tracks, thankfully. But it definitely comes across as one song. There's certain melodies and motifs that are revisited, which I usually like in albums, and I like how it's done here sometimes. But it's basically every other song I don't like. So it's kind of hard.
Title track.
That is my favorite fucking song. I think it's one of their best songs.
There's
period.
some cool dark electronic
You're high, dude.
stuff.
That song is fucking awesome. Like, if you like Nine Inch Nails and you don't like that song, you're lying because you have a bias, because that song is fucking fantastic. Put on that song. Put on that song.
It never, it doesn't peak for me.
That song is brutal and fantastic.
Oops. Whoop. Oops. There it is.
Oh, god damn, I love this shit.
See, things like that make me think, what if he's better at trip hop stuff?
He clearly is. I like this song more than most of their songs.
I'm gonna let you listen to his trip hop band. And
maybe not today or tomorrow.
Yeah. If you ever do, let me know.
Yeah. Also, a thing about his vocals here, he's not doing his usual whiny alternative style. He's just whispering. Exactly.
In my system.
This feels like a genuinely sinister track. I love it.
What else is going on here?
There's some transitions.
Oh, time flies. I want to fight him.
Oh, that's really bad.
I'm like, I hate this, but when I have the thought of I want to fight you, it's really bad.
That's bad. It's 11 minutes of the worst things they do.
You know what did, and it stuck out to me like a fucking sore thumb. I'm not actively reading the lyrics with these songs. I'm listening to it and I'm minding my business, and I just hear him go, I was born in 67, the year of Sergeant Pepper's. Are you experienced? I'm like, fuck you, fuck your shit. Fucking, it's 2009, you piece of shit. You think fuck you, dude.
Shit.
And that's coming from, we just talked about how good the Beatles are, but I wouldn't be the way it was in 67 was so fucking cool.
Oh, Jesus.
Time flies fucking garbage.
Time flies is garbage. There's a bit of problem with the video. It should be back to normal now.
Circle of manias.
Manias. Yeah.
I'm just making up words.
I like it. I think it's chunky, sinister, and satisfying.
Yeah, that's okay, I can tell you've been listening to Meshuggah.
So that's the thing. Songs like that I think are actually really strong. And then right after you get I Drive the Hearse, which is
an awful way to close out your 55-minute long song.
It's insane. It's the wimpiest, lamest, and most uninteresting acoustic thing on the entire record.
If you're gonna go out with a bang.
And that's the thing.
Bring back the porn guitar.
Please, something that we have all very, very accustomed to. That's the end of 55 minutes, and it is not the end of the album. It is the end of the 55-minute first half, and then we can start the rest, which I think is more consistent. It's not the...
I don't really like their ballads or pleasant songs, but Flicker's not awful.
It's not. It's not the most eventful thing, but it's decent. I feel the same way about Bonnie the Cat. It's not the
Bonnie the
greatest,
Cat, the best Tool song they've ever done. That's the best Tool song they've ever done. And also it's so much more efficient at being like an epic song. It's like, oh, here's this 55-minute thing, and then here's a song that sounds like it should be a Primus song title. But
yeah,
it's
very similar to Tommy the Cat. I mean, I like the song overall. I think it's a winner because when it gets heavy, it really nails it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that the main takeaway from the whole album is the heavy stuff finally feels amazing. It finally feels as big and powerful as I think it should have been from the fucking beginning. And it took a while to get there, but and that's the thing, like it's still marred by all the wimpy, boring shit in between. And there's so much of it. Like it ends with,
it's always too sleek.
It ends with "Remember Me, Lover," which is another. It's just the
lyrics are the most offensive on here for sure.
Really.
Like I said, the whole being born in 76, the year of Sgt. Pepper's fucking. Do you remember me, lover? This
67, you mean?
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So it would be a lot cooler if it was 69. Do you remember what is this? Free Love to My Sisters? I've lost track of what songs are.
What? The Blind House? The first one?
Yeah. These are by far the stupidest dumb ideas.
There's some of the acoustic. The acoustic,
the dumbest of dreams here.
Oh right, the some of the acoustic stuff that I thought works, and it's usually when it's really short. Like Great Expectations is basically an intro to Nil and Disconnect. Great Expectations, I think, is like, oh, that's a cool melody. That's like a very cool progression, and then it goes into Nil and Disconnect, which is a ridiculously gay ballad that I fucking hate. I hate it, and that's basically the album. It does this really fully formed, chunky, heavy, satisfying, interestingly written thing, and then it follows it up immediately right after with something that I loathe. Every song is like that. It's basically one after the other. It's just everything alternates. And it does it for an hour and a half. And like I mean, how can you take that for an hour and a half?
I couldn't.
I know you can't. That's why I gave you least favorite.
Yeah.
Man, if it was like,
if they played like shit, I would have been able to do this. Bring it all together.
If they what?
If it like sounded and played like shit, I would have been able to give it this package. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because it still sounds very good. It's it's the best produced album, like without a doubt. And man, parts of this I think, oh, I get it, but other parts I just fucking will never get it.
You're a fucking weird virgin if you like this band.
That is not true. That's the thing. You can't say that because of how many people with really good taste like this band.
Imagine like bringing a girl over and putting this on.
Okay, first of all,
there's plenty of things like
that. Listen, name any band you like. Yeah, the same exact thing. All right, you can't do that. Yeah,
I know, but still,
I'll tell you right now, you're painting yourself into a corner with this one.
I don't care.
You're painting yourself into a corner.
I don't fucking care.
You can't say shit like that. You're just wrong. Just completely wrong.
I don't care.
There we go.
Fuck this band.
Alex is biased is getting best of them.
Shit.
Alex is biased is getting the best of them. Remember, we were paid for this, so
yeah,
you're wrong.
Nah,
you are. 100%. And that's the end of the episode, everybody.
First episode I've like drank this whole thing.
Holy shit. Oh man. Hold on. I need like a few seconds to just catch my breath.
So they went on a hiatus when I guess Steve Wilson, it's this like he like moved on. His solo career is his thing. And he at one point even saying if he did a Porcupine Tree album, it would be considered like his side thing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the only reason we're getting a new album, I shouldn't say we because I don't give a shit, but
Alex,
their fans are getting a new album is because the pandemic, because he can't be a maniac and go on tour. So this probably lived in the studio, probably this abandoned he's like, oh fuck, I have to deal with my family. Not if I record a new Porcupine Tree album.
You don't know that. I bet he has a fucking lovely family. I bet he's way happier than you wish he was. I bet he's like really fulfilled and he does well.
No, this guy's a maniac. He's never fulfilled.
No, do you not know
work
that?
ethic.
I bet you're wrong. I would bet money you're wrong.
I can tell by his work ethic. He's never fulfilled.
Judging by the success in his fan base, I I bet he's doing real well. I bet he's doing all right. But one thing,
Financially, sure.
no, I mean fucking spiritually.
No.
I bet. And also one thing that is guaranteed is that this next album, the Closure continuation, when it comes out next year, it is not going to be short. That is going to be big ol' album.
It's worse now because they're streaming. He doesn't have to worry about vinyl and CD. He can.
Oh yeah. The incident came out 2009.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be concerned about these things. He can just be unfiltered. Although I did see his last solo album was like dancey, like disco, electronic stuff. So I wonder if that's gonna carry over.
Let's hope so. That's my biggest hope for is more electronic. Honestly, anything to get away from the alternative acoustic wimpy shit. But holy shit. Nil Recurring is the number 2 EP of on Rate Your Music. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, that's where nerds go. Yeah, Rate Your Music.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of that.
I used to be real active on there. Then I switched over to Discord or Discogs. Sorry,
Discogs. But that brings us to the end. Let's do a little recap, if you will.
The Sky Moves Sideways. Worst. Fuck that album. Best personal favorite, Fear of a Blank Planet. I guess. Let's fucking go. And then least favorite, The Incident.
Sky Move Sideways, personal favorite. Hey, yay, personal favorite. You know, everyone got their opinion of personal favorite. I think it's got some fun stuff going on in there. Stupid Dream, worst. Let's just not go into it any more than that. Deadwing, least favorite. And it would be worst if there wasn't something I could understand about it. But I still personally hate every second of that album. And Nil Recurring, the EP, that is the best. God damn it. I don't know why. It's short and it gets it done. It gets it done. But God damn it, we are done. Matt, thank you for your money. And sorry if you're gone by now.
Thank you for your money.
He might be done supporting us completely, but it's okay. It's okay.
We'll always take your money.
That's the thing. That is the only thing we can truly offer anybody is raw and unfiltered honesty. That is all we got.
Yeah.
I will never not be honest. I will never, ever not be honest with you people. All right.
Yeah.
Hate this fucking band, dude. Hate them. Love you people. Hate this band.
I'm going to sleep for 100 years after this. My November sucked. November fucking sucked. I'm not one of those new year, new me people. Fuck that shit. Like nothing changes.
True.
But fuck November 2021. Good riddance. RIP.
I'm okay with it. I didn't have that bad of a
I fucking hated it.
I didn't have that. I mean, most of my months are just a blur of sadness and depression, but you know, what's the difference?
This one more so than usual.
This one's a clear picture of depression, not so much a blur.
Yes. You could write a study about how fucking depressed and fucked up I was that month, and then you throw Porcupine Tree in on top of it, and what a perfect storm of shit.
Oh, it's a 2-hour episode for something we did not enjoy at all. That's hilarious to me.
There's a million episodes with songs that are 1 million minutes long. I knew we were gonna 2 hours minimum.
Oh yeah. Not with this many albums. There's no way.
No fucking
there's
way.
no way.
No way.
So thank you all so much for listening and watching and supporting us. I didn't do very many plugs at the beginning. I probably didn't do any plugs at the beginning.
No,
In fact,
you
I did
didn't. We
no
just
plugs.
went. And I was for it because it's so long.
Thinking that we'd like, let's just get it done. It doesn't matter. We're still super long anyway. So if you want to support us, you all know. I mean, if you're watching this long, Jesus Christ, you already know. Leave comments, leave likes, subscribe. All that shit helps.
Tell your fucking friends.
Tell your friends. I'm pretty man, really leave comments and like. That stuff is apparently the only way to ever get noticed, which is like, I think it's pretty shitty, but that's the way the world works now. If in the age of technology or something. Follow me on all social media at Panda Monkey. You can follow Alex on Instagram at
Mother Puncture.
Patreon, please. If you want to support us and
Get a
suggest
fucking t-shirt.
There it is. There's the merch.
Get a sticker.
Get a stick. Actually, I got them on me on deck.
Oh shit.
Oh, bam, sticker, bitch.
Damn.
Fucking stick. The bird is also the bird. You can take those with you if you want.
Nice. I was gonna say I'm gonna buy one for my.
Over your flask? No need, baby. You got them now.
Or wait, can I wash? Now I'm going to think about where I put this.
Well, people usually put stickers on Hydro Flasks.
I do. I'm just trying to think of how to wash it without wrecking the sticker.
That's a good point.
How do you wash your Hydro Flask without ruining the stickers?
Leave in the comments.
Let me know.
Yeah, so patreon.com/every album ever. You can most importantly suggest artists for us if you want us to actually cover them. I think people are pretty much getting the hint by now that like if you send a request, good luck. We'll get to it someday, but Patreon comes first. Our sanity comes first. Short discographies, we throw them in there whenever we can just to help it out. But Patreon is where you go for that. Obviously, bonus episodes or like certain episodes, discounts off merge. You get to see our schedule in advance, yada, 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 which is all delightful and good and fun. So now that we are at the end of the episode, Alex.
There's only one song to play. There's only one song we kind of came together in agreement.
I already know what it is.
What's it going to be?
What is that going to be? That, my friend, is going to be It Will Rain for a Million Years. I'm kidding. That's Sleep Together from Fear of a Blank Planet. So thank you all so much for listening and watching. See ya.